Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about a question we get asked a lot. It has to do whenever you go to buy a new vehicle. People want to know when they need to add that new vehicle to their insurance policy. And for the most part, that it's you do usually have a time period your insurance carrier allows you to add it. So for instance, if you wait a week or two before you get that added to your policy, they will cover it. But what you don't know is how it handles it if your prior coverage was less than what you need for your new vehicle. And what I mean by that is, what if you had a policy, say you had an older vehicle or a couple older vehicles on there, and you only had liability, bodily injury and liability coverage. So if you go to buy a newer vehicle that needs full coverage, and if you don't add that to your policy may not cover that new vehicle for the physical damage that may be done to it. So that's why you need to make sure whenever you go get a vehicle or you're going to get the vehicle that you get with your agent, give them the information, try to get that added probably before you go to the lot to drive it off, if you know which vehicle it's going to be and if you know the VIN number. And most people, let's face it, most people know what they're going to buy before they go to the car lot. I don't run across too many people that just go to the car lot and buy it right off the lot without doing a little bit of research, thinking about it. So please, if you are looking at doing that, it's in your best interest to make sure that you, again, get that information to your agent, get it on your policy if you think you're going to go buy that vehicle. That way, whenever you leave the lot, you're going to have that coverage in place. And better yet, if you do financing, the finance company is going to want to make sure that you've got full coverage insurance, which is just comp and collision. They're going to want to make sure you've got comp and collision on that vehicle before you leave, or proof that you've got coverage. So it kind of gives you, it helps speed the process up a little bit, because everybody knows it's not the fastest process when you go to buy a vehicle. So I hope that helps explain a little bit about why you need to add a vehicle to your policy as soon as possible to make sure that you have that vehicle covered the way it needs to be covered. Because again, in different insurance companies, different policy forms work different. And it's very difficult to know what you have, what you don't have, unless you talk to your agent specifically about that. To be on the safe side, get that vehicle added as soon as you know that you're going to buy it.